Hey guys, so as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be discussing brands that bring out products too quickly, okay? So this is well, it kind of is in a particular order. So first I'm going to go through the brands that are currently bringing out products so fast, and then I'm going to go into some brands that are kind of working their way up to that status. So the first one is Colourpop. Every other week they're bringing out a new product and it's crazy. It's kind of like, I've heard people say that they find it really hard to keep up with their releases, and they might bring out one collection and they'll order it, and then as soon as they get their order, the next day there's a new collection, and they're just kind of like, hold on, I've just placed an order, I've just paid for postage and shipping, and I want this new collection as well, but now I'm gonna have to pay for postage and shipping on this one too. And it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, you're just bringing out so much and it's just so overwhelming. I've heard so many people say that. And what is so funny is just not that long ago they had the Super Shock single eyeshadows and no palettes at all. Now they have an uncountable amount of eyeshadow palettes. Like, I saw somebody do a video of their makeup collection and they had a section just dedicated to eyeshadow palettes from Colourpop, and it was like, how many do they actually have? Because I remember when they used to have it on their website that they don't have any palettes because they have the Super Shock single eyeshadows, and the way that the formula is, they can't put those in palettes and blah blah blah. Like it was like a small paragraph explaining why they didn't have palettes, and now they've got a ridiculous amount of palettes. And Colourpop haven't been out for that long. They haven't been out for that long. They've only been out for a few years. So just kind of like, how do you have so much so fast? It's crazy. Next is Kylie Cosmetics. It's nuts, because just this month, or no, just this month alone, she's brought out the Sort of Sweet palette and that other one, that summer palette, and it's just kind of like, okay, this is literally within what, a week of each other that she announced the both of them. And I was just kind of like, you just don't give people a chance to re-up on their money. And I've heard people say this as well. It's like, before they can even get their next paycheck, there's another thing out. And what I find crazy is that people are saying to themselves, well, should I buy a Kylie lip kit or palette or whatever, or pay my rent? And I already know that the rent is going to get paid, so there's no question about that. Let me just let you know. But I just find it crazy that before people can even get their next paycheck, she's released another item and another item and another item. Something that's really strange is, who was it, Rich Lux was doing a video, because recently Kylie has become, well, she hasn't even become, Forbes have anticipated that she's about to become the world's youngest self-made billionaire. Sorry, but apparently she got a loan from her mother and she was born into wealth. So as far as I'm concerned, that is not self-made. It does not take away from her achievements, but let's call a spade, that's not self-made. But apparently they anticipate she's about to become the world's youngest billionaire. Well done to her on that. And Rich Lux was doing some digging, and he saw that in the article that Forbes made about Kylie, they said that she was only up 7% from the last year in regards to her cosmetics business. But she brings out so much. So how are you only up by 7%? And I think that's another reason why she probably brings out so much, is because maybe the appeal is not as impactful as it was when she first came out. She's not grabbing the attention of all of the consumers like she was when she first started. So to only be up by 7%, and yet you're pushing out product after product after product after product, that's saying a lot. But at the same time, she has more money than me, so I can't really say anything in that respect, okay? But Kylie, please just calm down with all of the releases. It's ridiculous. Next is Morphe. Okay, Morphe, I just kind of find that every time I turn around, there's something else coming out. There was like a new palette here and a new palette there and a new lipstick here and a new lipstick there and new shades and new this and new that, and it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, it's so much. It's so much. But because I don't really pay as much attention to Morphe, it doesn't bother me as such. It's just kind of like, wow, you are really pushing everything. But I guess, you know what, because they have all of these influencers continuously pushing the Morphe brand, they can afford to bring out new stuff. And when they bring out new stuff, they're going to get a lot of attention for it, because they've got all the big influencers pushing the brand and pushing their codes. And do you see the cycle? It's kind of like that. But I'm still waiting for the Jaclyn Hill Vault bundle to come out. This is like the second video I've said that I'm waiting for that to come out, because I do still want it. At first when I saw it, I was kind of like, nah. And now I'm just kind of like, I do want to try it. I really do. So, I don't know. I'm just waiting. Next is Revolution. Now I understand that Revolution have like 3 brands under their belt. They have Revolution, they have Revolution Pro, and they have I Heart Makeup. And I feel that with them, they bring out palette after palette after palette after palette, highlight after highlight after highlight. And it's just like, wow, so much. And I understand that it may not necessarily be just in I Heart Makeup or in Revolution. It's across the 3 brands. But when you're continuously getting these emails saying new, 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 and it's like, and I've now started to look at all 3 of them as one thing rather than separate entities. The only time I really look at them as separate is when I'm in the store looking for a particular item. I know I have to go to that particular display because it's going to be over there and not over there. That's the only time that I really look at them separately. Aside from that, I go to this one website, the Revolution website, to get information and to get like pictures and whatever of certain products. Aside from that, they just push out so much, and it's just like overwhelming to the point where I can't even keep up. I really can't keep up. That's why I'm so glad that I'm not collecting anything else that's in like the Revolution family. I'm only collecting the I Heart Makeup chocolate bar palettes, because if it was other things in like the Revolution Pro or the Revolution brands, I would constantly be spending my coin. Constantly. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now for a couple of honorable or maybe dishonorable mentions. So I feel like these 2 brands are kind of on the verge of becoming one of those brands that pushes out items consistently. Now the first one is Wet n Wild. I kind of feel like they are definitely slowly creeping up, slowly but surely. And I feel like before, like a good couple of years ago, Wet n Wild was one of those brands that everybody used to own something of. Like I've watched makeup collection videos where there was loads of Wet n Wild palettes and stuff like that. And then they kind of like went off the air for a little while, and now it feels like they've come back and they're really here for it, because like recently they brought out, was it like the Ice Dragon and the Fire Dragon highlighters or something like that. And at the same time they've brought out some big collection. Was it, I can't remember what the collection is, but they brought out a collection, and not long before that they brought out another collection. And it's just kind of like, okay, so you guys are actually, you lot are here for it. You lot are here for it, because there wasn't that long of a period between like these 3 or 4 different items or 3 or 4 different releases. So I feel like they are definitely one of those brands that are trying to keep themselves relevant by bringing out more and more collections, more and more items. But hey, good on them. If they, you know, it's not a lot of brands that can go away for a while and then come back and still make headway in the beauty industry, because the beauty industry is so oversaturated right now. It's crazy. And the other one was Too Faced. I feel like Too Faced Cosmetics, at one point they were pushing out a lot of product, like a lot, and I feel like now they've kind of slowed down a little bit. Like it was around the time when they had the Sweet Peach collection. I feel like they had that collection, and then after that, not long after, they brought out the Peachy Mattes, and then it was like the White Peach, And then if I remember correctly, they brought out, was it that glitter bomb palette, or maybe in between they brought out that glitter bomb palette, and then after that they brought out the Born This Way concealer, and then they brought out the festival collection, and now they've got that other Born This Way concealer. I mean, are they discontinuing the original concealer for this concealer or not? I'm not too sure. Like, that's a little bit confusing to me because they're both under the Born This Way banner, I guess, but there's two concealers. It's just a little bit strange to me, but fine. But yeah, I just feel like they were bringing out quite a lot of stuff. I think now they're going to bring out some tutti frutti or fruit salad or something or other collection, and I really want to see what the insides of these items look like. I've only seen the outside packaging, but I feel like they are slowing down a little bit, but they continuously, like, I think they have a big creative team, and a lot of the things that probably get thrown out as an idea they probably use, and they're just kind of like, yes, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's what I can imagine in my head. Like, yes, we're going to use that, yeah, we're going to use that, yeah, we're going to use that, yeah, we're going to use that, to the point where it's just kind of like overwhelming. So I'm glad that they've slowed down a tad. Hopefully they'll continue just slowing it down a bit. I don't know. Anyway, so those are all of the brands that I feel bring out makeup products so fast. Are there any brands that you reckon that I have missed out? Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? Let me know. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.